Welcome to BigDaddie Sports, where I'm your host, Big Daddy.
I'm LB Jenkins.
And we're talking about the hot topics in the going zone in the NFL. Let's jump right in it. McNabb got waived today. Where do you think he's going?
We got Chicago needing a quarterback. Look, Eagles can need a quarterback too. I mean, come on. Go back to the home. The Eagles.
Stop it. Stop it.
I mean, Chicago's in need. My thing is, if he goes to Chicago, I mean, a couple years ago, there's a rumor that he was going to be traded to Chicago before. I don't see him adjusting. It's the biggest adjustment you're going to make. Hayden didn't play that well last week. It'll help that system right now. But he still got another week. I still have you for a loss this week. And then you got Tebow coming up. Tebow Magic. If you don't address this quarterback situation, Tebow's definitely going to win.
I got big concerns here about McNabb being cut. Here's my issue. Why now? I'm sorry. There's something fishy going on in the NFL. Last week, Kyle Orton gets cut, and they claim, oh, it's to save $2.5 million. That timing don't seem just a little bit off to y'all. I'm suggesting the NFL is telling these teams to cut these quarterbacks to help other teams out. I'm sorry. We've never seen this before where quarterbacks with these talents get cut this late, and it just so happens that we have quarterback injuries around the league. I'm suggesting that there's something bigger going on than what we're being told. And I'm not mad at Dallas putting in the waiver claim so they can get him before Chicago, because I wouldn't let a team in the NFC get him either. Something ain't right. Goodell's up to something.
He could be. I mean, Goodell and Stern.
I don't trust it.
Goodell and Stern, you know, they talked. They had a conversation a couple years ago when Boston won. They said Boston ease up. It's a rumor that they said Boston ease up. So Atlanta, they was improving ratings. So I mean, it's a business. Trying to make business decisions. No, that's a fail. I mean,
business decision. Get a backup quarterback in the off season. Moving on.
Trade deadline.
Ndamukong Suh got suspended for the stomp. What do you think of the stomp? The stomp heard around Detroit.
It can be argued both ways. He said that's not what he meant to do.
Lies.
My problem is this justifiable? Yes, because it's past actions. But my problem is, I don't agree with his past actions. I think too harshly in the past, he was fined for stuff that wasn't serious. You trying to baby these people, got people going on TV talking about football's a horrible sport now and it's damn shit. Like you say, assumption of risk. You signed $1 million contract, you have the risk of being injured. Stop babying these players.
Look, my problem is not that he got suspended. My problem is that why are we including past transgressions into that action? To me, you get dealt with individually for each action. I can't look back and be like, oh, I'm suspending you now because I should have suspended you last season. If it was that bad, he should have been suspended. My other issue, a couple weeks ago, Brian Robinson kicked Green Bay Packer in the groin. He was just fined lightly. He was not suspended. Suh stomped the man on the arm. He got up and walked away. I'm sorry, you kicked me in the man region? That's a suspendable offense. I'm just saying. No. So where is the consistency?
I agree. That was an issue. Suh, but my thing is, you say individually, it's like a child. If you keep messing up, the fines must get, and the consequences must get harsher so you learn your lesson. Now you're going to say, oh, he stomped him in the arm, he missed. And the camera, he missed. That could have been his intention, but he hit the ground.
He stomped the man's arm. My whole point is, the dude wasn't hurt. This is not the Albert Hainsworth cleating a guy in the head. It's not that same situation. I'm just saying, if he gonna get 2 games for a stomp on somebody's bicep, then 3-4 games for stomping somebody in the groin. That's all I'm saying. Next up, we told you Jack Del Rio was on the hot seat, and that seat got too hot. He got let go this week. What's next up for Jacksonville?
Wayne Weaver gave him, the ultimatum in January. Before the lockout, before everything. You don't make the playoffs.
But let's go here. The owner gave him the ultimatum. If you don't make the playoffs, you don't have a job. But then, the first week of the season, cut Garage.
Oh, I disagree
You
with that.
can't hold me to make the playoffs with Blaine Gabbert, who's so scared to stand in the pocket he can't complete 50% of his passes.
That. David Garrard, I think Jack Del Rio.
He should have been fired 2 years ago. I'm not arguing that. But if you're going to bring him back and say make the playoffs and then take his starting quarterback, you got to change the parameters.
I think David Garrard should have been, all right, this is the quarterback. This is the quarterback he chose over Leftwich. This is the quarterback he went with. He pretty much started with this quarterback going in, building.
They went all training camp as Garrard is the starter. You come Tuesday, the first week of the season, and say we're going to cut the guy. No, he got dealt a bad hand. And they ain't had a wide receiver since Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell, so it ain't like they were going anywhere anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then the GM gets an extension.
For what?
I mean, exactly. So
look, the GM been trying to get wide receivers and pass rushers since Jesus was 12. And he ain't got either. There's a problem, and I think Jack Del Rio, again, he should have been let go a couple of years ago, but given the parameters of what he was told this season, a little bit of a raw deal. Next up, your boy Jim Caldwell fires the D coordinator to save his own seat.
Caldwell ain't been coaching. I've been saying that. Manning been calling these plays right now. Why Manning on the sideline still? Because he got a headphone on calling the plays. Let's be real. Caldwell's not a coach. He had to put the blame on someone else. Oh, it's the defense part. Yeah, the defense been playing poorly. I believe that. Defense started off on fire, and the quarterback situation was losing them games. Then it was like the defense just didn't believe in Payne. They played hard a couple games, realized Payne wasn't doing it, they fell apart.
Look,
but do you fire the defensive coordinator? No. Caldwell should be fired because Caldwell's not a coach. You inherited a great team with a great quarterback, and now the defense coordinator needs to get fired because you can't do your job?
No, I'm sorry. If somebody needs to get fired, first of all, I don't think anybody in this situation should be fired. But there needs to be accountability for how the team is built. The defense is struggling because they weren't built to play close games. They're built to be up 14-0, pin their ears back and rush the passes. That's how they're built. That wasn't happening this season, and they couldn't go and make adjustments. Dwight Freeney and Mathis don't play the run, and what has everybody been doing to them this year? They're running the ball because the games are close, and you know they can't stop it. And then you fire the defensive coordinator, and the offense isn't giving them anything. Anything. And so, I think this is just a setup to give him more time. I think Caldwell's done. And that transitions us to our next topic. Is he going to make it after this season? Because I got him going 0-16.
Oh, 0-16. Andrew Luck all the way, their choice. Jim Caldwell, they might give him another season. They might give him another season. I don't agree with it.
Okay,
Obviously, he ain't a coach in the beginning.
But take away your personal opinion on whether he's coaching or not. If you're in that locker room and y'all go 0-16, can you get up for his speech and him coaching next season? No. Absolutely not.
Not just the coach, though. If we're going to look at it from that angle, I'm going to look at the GM. I'm going to look at the owner. Y'all basically put all your eggs in Peyton Manning and the rest of it. So it's not, if you're going to say that, it's just not coaching. I wouldn't have looked at the man at all from the beginning. Peyton Manning, you want to call this play? Is it okay? Your wife's on the phone. You want me to leave a message? I'm sorry, Jim Caldwell's not a coach. Peyton Manning don't even have respect for that man. Yo, when Dungy said, come bring your butt, we're going to lose this game, it's fine. Come sit down, don't go 4-on-4.
That was Caldwell. That was Caldwell. Now, Napoleon told him that, but that was Caldwell who was coach.
Okay, my point, if Dungy said that, Payton's going to say, all right, and run to the sideline. Caldwell says that, get your crap together, I run this team. Caldwell's not a coach. He ain't got the fortitude to be a coach. Get rid of him.
We'll see. Next up on the hot seat, is North going to make it?
Man, earlier, a couple shows ago, I said North, he got until next season. The way this is looking right now, North lucky he make it to week 16 right now.
But it's not North.
It's AJ Smith gonna get him fired to save his job.
I'm sorry.
AJ Smith will come in.
Now you can fire North.
Look how I can save you money.
You can fire North. AJ Smith gotta go. That man don't pay nobody. I mean, he don't pay nobody. Free agents don't want to go to San. AJ Smith gotta go, and North might be done too. Andy Reid.
Andy get another year. I think Andy gets to next year. Andy don't.
It's Philly.
Andy gets.
It's Philly.
It is Philly. I agree that it's Philly, but Andy been in this.
They booed him off the field the other week.
Andy
It's
been
Philly.
here before. Andy has turned it around. I think Andy gets another year.
He's never been here. No. He's never been here. What you talking about is 08, 07, 08 when, you know, McNabb got benched and they thought they was going to use Cobb and they played Baltimore and Cobb through the pit. And then they run all the way to the NFC Championship. That ain't happening.
Oh, I agree with
that. Ain't going to happen because he was gone then. He's not going to win 2 playoff games this year because they're not getting to the playoffs. He gone.
I think he gets another year.
13 years is a long time to be listening to the same voice. There'll be a new sheriff in Philly next year. Next up, Sperano gone, right? They not giving him another shot.
He might. It's a slim chance. You can't.
They could win out and he won't be back next year.
Look. You got Reggie Bush running between tackles. You got
But that's Kardashian. That ain't the coach.
Whatever his motivation is, if you give it, this is your picture. If you showing him a picture before he gets out there, you got Reggie Bush running between tackles. You got Matt Moore who's looking more and more like I can be a starter. Now, what Mike Carson is on 4th and 1 in the middle of the field with 4 minutes left against Dallas, you're gonna say we're gonna punt the ball, and then you never get the ball back again. So coaching decisions might get you fired. I think he might get a chance.
No.
What?
He's done.
I think he might get a chance.
Steve Spagnuolo, St. Louis.
Oh, man, I don't know. Fire everybody in St. Louis. Steven Jackson the only one who need to be on the team. I mean, fire everybody.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, he comes in, and I mean, if you gotta put him in the same boat as Caldwell. You ain't done nothing to fix anything. I mean,
but he's Hank. Name me one wide receiver on that team.
Brandon Lloyd.
Who they just got because he cussed his way out of Denver. Right. The GM didn't do that. Brandon Lloyd orchestrated that trade.
This is my issue.
The offensive line is horrible. They have no wide receivers. The DBs are average, and that's being nice.
Are you saying let Josh McDaniels be head coach of St. Louis?
Josh McDaniels might be at Arizona State next week, truth be told. We'll see. I'm just saying, you don't know whether Steve Spagnuolo can be a head coach yet.
He ain't showed me nothing. You ain't showed me nothing. You ain't done nothing. He can go.
I understand that. All right, let's jump right in it. It's time for the picks. He won again. Look, it's rigged. It's set up for me to fail.
This is BigDaddie Sports.
Exactly. It's a setup to make the light-skinned one look better. That's all I'm saying.
BigDaddie Sports.
Let's go. It's Thursday night. Philly at Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle. Malcolm Vick ain't coming back. Macklin ain't coming back.
What about your boy Vince Young? Wait, Vince Young should start over Vic. What about Vince?
Yo, you went in New England.
And he threw for 400 yards.
He went 400 yards.
And if Deshaun Jackson ain't dropping passes, the game may be a little bit different.
Look, I'm sorry. No. I think Tavares Jackson had a little bit more gumption in that team playing.
You banking on Tavares Jackson.
I'm taking Tavares Jackson with a torn pectoral muscle over Philly.
I'm picking Seattle too. But not because of Tavares Jackson, because of Marshawn Lynch. Philly can't stop the run. Marshawn's going to run Oakland at Miami.
It's a hard one for me.
Now, with your boy just getting arrested and pulling a gun on somebody and firing it at them, that's going to be a distraction. I don't think he should play this week. Reports say he might still play. I'm taking Miami.
Taking Miami at home. Like I said, Serrano's fighting for his job. Matt Moore fighting for a starting job. Reggie Bush running between tackles.
Look, you've been on Matt Moore for a couple weeks. He's a game manager. Let that go. He is not a franchise QB.
He better than Henny.
It ain't hard to do that.
They started proving.
Tennessee at Buffalo.
Tennessee at Buffalo. I think Buffalo is trying to fight for respect right now.
What respect? No. I respect most of Buffalo. But that boy, Stevie Johnson,
oh, Lord.
I have no problem with the celebration. The celebration, it wasn't tasteful, but it was still funny. However, you got to catch the 2 balls in the end to win the game.
Win the game. You're going to celebrate. Win the game.
Then, mind you, Monday passes the anniversary of him dropping the ball last year that could have beat Pittsburgh in overtime at home. So there's a history of him not focusing when it counts. No, I'm sorry. Tennessee winning.
Well, see, I would take Tennessee to win if I can count on Chris Johnson.
Wait, he had 190 last week.
190, good job, Chris. First time. Anyway, look, I'm sorry. Buffalo fighting for respect, but it's at Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo.
Kansas City at Chicago. Now this is gonna be You got Tyler Palco versus Caleb Haney.
Kyle Orton got a better chance, and he don't even know the system. I'll say put Kyle Orton in. Haney know the system better. Better defense. I'm going with Chicago.
I'm going with Chicago. I'm going with Chicago because they home. But we'll see. Denver at Minnesota.
Denver, enough said.
Wow.
Wow. Denver, enough said. I got them going 9-7. And with Chicago's current QB situation, I have them being there, putting them at 10-6. Because I didn't have them beat Chicago before Haney came in here and started playing.
Ignore the Kool-Aid drinker. Minnesota's going to shock people this week. Minnesota's going to win this game.
Is Adrian Peterson done?
Yeah, that's a good point. Look, I'll preface this. If AP plays, Minnesota wins. If AP doesn't play, Denver. Jets at Washington.
Jets. Washington playing better. Reps playing better. Jets want to go to the playoffs. So Jets going to win this game.
Yeah, some dreams don't come true, but they will win this week. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati. Even Pittsburgh beat them at Cincinnati. But the person that beat Andy Dalton was Troy Polamalu. Troy's iffy for this game. And if he starts, that means he ain't 100%. I say Andy Dalton's going to go in Pittsburgh and show him something. And Baltimore definitely needs Pittsburgh to lose this game.
Pittsburgh. I don't know what he over there drinking, but Pittsburgh. Yeah. Carolina at Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. I put trust in Tampa Bay.
I don't know why. I told you they wasn't ready.
They're not consistent. I'm going with Carolina.
Carolina, really? On the road?
I'm going with Carolina.
Carolina just won its first road game in years, and you going with Carolina?
I'm going with Carolina because of Steve Smith, Greg Olsen, Jeremy Shockey, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart,
look.
And you're half playing defense against Tampa Bay.
You preaching to the choir. I'm going with Carolina too. Next up, Indy at New England. This ain't close.
Jim Caldwell, maybe you should just forfeit the game because you ain't going to coach him.
This ain't close.
Game. New England winning.
Look, over or under 35 points for the Patriots. I'm going way over Patriots in a romp. Baltimore at Cleveland.
Baltimore. Do not go into Cleveland playing down to the competition. Baltimore's going to have this win. But realize, Cleveland defensively is an okay team.
It's now, the number one defense versus the pass. Number one in the league versus the pass.
And
run the ball. Run the football. Don't give them opportunities. Opportunities breed hope. And then hope with that team, Coke can do something in the fourth quarter. He don't play the first three. But if it's close, he can shock you. Baltimore should win. Dallas at Arizona.
Dallas has more to play with. You are a game above New York right now. You went out.
But see, this is one of them freaky games where Arizona can show up. This is my prediction.
A couple years ago, they did show up again.
if Dallas don't punt to Patrick Peterson, they'll be fine. If they punt to Peterson is like the new Devin Hester. He's got 4 returns already this year. Don't punt to that man. Dallas shouldn't win. Green Bay at Giants.
Green Bay is going to win. Green Bay is playing better than New York and isn't being consistent. New York needs to win, or you're gonna be out of the playoff picture. But Green Bay is going to win.
I keep hearing that New York has the best front four in football. Where was that front four Monday night?
OC gone.
They put a little pressure, but they only had 2 hurries on Drew Brees. Drew Brees was back there. He put on a clinic. And I'm sorry, Drew Brees is great. Don't get me wrong, but Aaron Rodgers is playing better than anybody. And 2 pressures and no sacks. Green Bay. St. Louis at Frisco.
San Francisco.
Frisco. Enough said. Detroit at New Orleans.
No Sue. Now, if Sue was playing, I could give this a close game. Even New Orleans offensively is better than them. But I could defensively, I would have kept this a close game.
But
I give him New Orleans.
San Diego at Jacksonville.
I'm going with Jacksonville. I'm going with a scared Blaine Gabbert in the pocket against the failing Norv Turner and Phillip Rivers.
San Diego should win this football game. More talented, but anything can happen. But I'm going with San Diego. All right, next up is fantasy. Again, no more bye weeks. So this is what I got for you this week. Jonathan Stewart versus that horrible Tampa run defense. Look, if Chris Johnson can find his groove on you, anybody can run on you. Plays Jonathan Stewart. And D'Angelo Williams, too, for that matter. Next up, Frank Gore versus the Rams defense, who gave a career day to Benny Wells. Again, if Benny Wells can run on you, Benny Wells can't stay healthy for a full game. He got hurt in that game and still ran for 200 yards. Play Frank Gore. Then next up, play the aforementioned Chris Johnson, who's running on a weak Buffalo defense. Play him. He should have another big game.
He ain't showing up.
What you got?
I got San Francisco defense versus St. Louis. St. Louis can't produce nothing. Steven Jackson is the only best player, but
they're only giving up 75 rush yards a game. Go with that San Fran defense.
New Orleans versus a Detroit with no Sue. New Orleans is gonna have a great game. Pick up any wide receivers. Drew Brees, if you have him, make sure he's in there.
That's a no-brainer.
Pick up Sproles, pick up Ingram, pick up Devin Thomas, and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
The law firm.
I would never put him into a game except for this one against Indiana. Put him in. He's going to have a great game.
Okay. Next up, we got a new segment for you. We will be talking NBA on BigDaddie Sports. We're so happy that the NBA is coming back. So, what are you most looking forward to with the NBA coming back?
Right now, I'm looking at off-season. I'm looking, what trades are going to get? Dwight Howard, free agent next year. CP3, free agent next year. Are y'all going to trade them and get something for them, or y'all going to let them go and be crying like Cleveland was? Definitely going to see them. I want to see Chicago's acquisition this offseason. Who are they going to do? What they going to do to help Derrick Rose get them to the playoffs, get them to that championship game? And can the Heat come back? Can the Heat go back to the finals? What are they going to do? And finally, Lakers without Phil Jackson. What are the Lakers going to do this season?
I'm looking forward to one thing, and I'm already hearing that they haven't learned anything. People got mad at the lockout because it's billionaires versus millionaires arguing over money. I don't have a side. They both were idiots in how this went down. However, the owners get mad at the players because of bad deals that the owners make. And what I'm learning is that the owners haven't learned anything. We're already talking about signing Nene to a max deal. Nene is a solid player, but in no way is he a franchise player. And we got teams fighting to sign this man for a max deal. They haven't learned anything. Bad deals are going to be made, and the players will suffer in the long term because the owners don't know how to just pay a guy what he's worth. Just because the max is, you don't have to give the max.
Yeah, that's
you don't have to give away the max if you don't have a max player on your team. I don't understand this. I know with the new collective bargaining agreement, you got to spend like 85% of the salary cap. Man, don't give away long-term bad deals.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I also look forward to seeing where Tyson Chandler goes. Tyson Chandler could be the guy that changes the balance of some team. And so that could be huge. And then sleeper free agent that's important, Caron Butler. Remember, Caron Butler wasn't healthy last year when Dallas won that championship. But Caron Butler is still a quality player. And so I know where I'd like to see him go, but Caron Butler could help a team go over the hump too. Hope you enjoyed the show this week. Remember to hit us up on Twitter. That's BigDaddiek6.
LB Jenkins at Light Bright J. Light Bright J.
See you next week.
Have a good one.